Today I decided to make a video of me working on some little projects. You understand? I think this is my first video of me posting where I work on little projects. As you all know, if you check my YouTube channel, I said I'm a beginner in web development. I've learned about HTML, CSS. I'm currently on JavaScript. So I'm working on a project basically on what I've learned about JavaScript with what I already know. So I'm going to be showing you this, guys. I'm going to be showing the project to you guys, and step by step how I'm going to come about the project. Practice makes perfect. So the reason why I'm making this video is just to work on how to make videos like this. And this is my first time. I might have made, maybe while talking, my speech made mistakes. Just pardon me for that. So you guys should just watch this video to the end and tell me what to think about it. So let's get this video started. Here's my script element right here. I have to get this one ready. Alright, so we have the class already. Now what we have to think about is, what are we going to do? We are trying to style these buttons. Like when we click it, it's going to give us that black background and white color, text color. So what we're going to do here is that, at first, let's give our button the normal styles they have to have, which is, I'm going to be styling this with JavaScript. So we are going to have something like gaming button, this one should for music. I think you can all have the same style. So you can have something like button style. Let's do something style. So I think now button style. Let's increase the size. I'm giving it width. Let's give it 200. Let me check how big it's going to be. Okay, I think 200 is height of 100 pixels. So at first, I have to firstly style the button. So it's going to be same body, everything about the style. So what else? The border. That's no border. Border videos. Let's give width 10 pixels. The border videos and the border videos. Alright. So this is for the button. Let's move into where we're going to be applying the style. So before we go into that, we have to firstly target the button by converting the button HTML attributes into JavaScript, because now we're going to work with JavaScript. So there we have, you can bring it that way, the document dot with selector. And I have this, and I have this, and I have this button. So we have to create a variable for us to be able to use our button. So I'm going to give this one a button like this. Then we have the button style. Now before we even go into that, what's our next step? We have to select our button to the piece, so we can select our button at any time. So what we are going to do now is that the style attribute, which we want to bring into this button, let's try to bring it up now, which I'm going to be naming the JS style. So the background color of black and text color of white. Nice. So I think that's it. That's the two attributes we actually need. For the font, let me increase the font size. Give the font size of 15 pixels. 15 pixels. Okay. Let me increase it a little bit. Maybe 30. No, it's too much. I don't know when the text is too big. So font family. Let me give it something. Font family. Here we have this one. So font width. Maybe 700. Okay, we are good to go. So we have our button here. Now JS style. Once you click it, once you click this, name of the button, you want to add this style. So that's what we are going to do in the JS attribute, the JavaScript attribute, which goes as activating this button. Sorry for that. Button dot class list dot add. So bracket string, then my JS style. I'm bringing this one in. Sorry for that. C then V. So I already have it here. I have to put this one in the function. There's a mistake there. So function curly bracket. Let me give this one the name of button function. I'll call this one X. Let me just indent this. So I'm calling this one inside. Control C. I'm bringing it here. So I have to bring in my own click attribute. Then Control V. I hope you're all following. Okay. So there's something going on here. We have our own click attribute. We have the function. Once we click it, we want to add the button class click as. Okay, I think this is where the mistake is coming from. The dot is at the function. You only make use of dot if you are styling HTML property, but when it comes to CSS, we don't do that. So we already have our style here. We have the gaming attribute here, but we haven't added it to the remaining button. So what we are going to do now is that I'm going to go back to the remaining button and do the same thing by using a different function. I'm going to call it a different function for that, but this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste it right here, then give this one a different function of function 1. The button attribute here, I'm going to give button 1 and button 1. So there is going to be different. Everything is going to be understand interchanging their attributes. So the on-click attributes here. On-click Control V. So on my music too. Okay, the same to on-click. Button 1 gain style as gain. Okay, this is where the music is. We have this one for the music. Very cute. So we have for the game, we have for the music. But what we are working on now is that once we click the music button, the styling attribute here is going to move away from this gaming button. So we are going to work on that. Let's firstly add the class attributes, the styling shades to all buttons. So I'll copy this again. So Control V. Then I have my button, maybe on function button 2. So this one I have my tech, JS style, all in place. But this one should be button 2 and this one button 2. So let's call this function C. Let's call it C. On-click Control V. See. Now let's check. We have it on tech, we have it on music, we have it on game. Now let's go straight directly to what we are trying to achieve. Now this is what is going to happen. We are going to bring in the conditional statement, which is the if statement. This is how it's going to work. We have if, open bracket, curly bracket, if on the button 1. On the button 1, the first button here, we already have the style inside of it. So we are going to bring in the conditional statement that if button dot class list contains what? The style JS class. I check it out, JS style. If it contains this JS style, we have to remove it from the other one. Now, before this one can work, before this can work, we have to call in every button we styled. We have to call it into the first button. So by that, we're going to copy this. Control C and do this one Control V. So this is what is going to happen. So I've called in the first button. I'm calling the third button now. Control C, then V. I've called in the 3 buttons on this side because I want to access them. That when this button is containing this style, it should remove it from the remaining buttons. And this is how it's going to work. So if this button contains this style, so we have this button 1 dot class list dot remove attribute, remove JS style. So for the first button, let's copy. Paste it back, and I'll change this one to the third button, which is button 2. It should remove it. So the if statement only is going to work. So the button dot class, we have this one here. I've called in the function. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing to the other button. So we're not stressing ourselves. We'll just copy the whole of this. Let me copy the whole of this. Copy. Then I'll bring it in here. Now paste it here. So we have the first button. This is the second button. So we have to button 1. We have to add this. So once we add it, if button 1 dot class list contains this, it should remove it from the first button and the second button. And we're going to do the same thing for the last one too, which is I'm going to paste this here. This is button 2 and the button 2 contains this style. It should remove it from the first button and the second button also. So let's check if what we are doing is. You can see. So this is what I'm talking about. Now let's move in. We are done with the JavaScript attribute now. The JavaScript script part. So let's move into the style, because I think the style is not complete. If you look back, you see the background color here is kind of it's not giving us color. It's giving us another color. So we have the background color. Let's do it something like this. See. So I have my attribute right here. Then I have any places inside here to center it. So I have this X placed. I have to get this. Let me pass this. So let's give it all the and copy and Control save. Now I'm trying to center it, so you have to give this one the display of flex, and flex direction. I don't open this one because it's different one. Now, okay, what are we going to do next? We have to bring it to the center, so we bring it justify content center, then align items center. So we're ready to do now. So let me add some space right here. So we're going to give it a colon, yeah, 10 pixels. Let me give it 10 pixels. Let me give it 20. Nice. So 20 spaces between each button. So we want to take it away from the top screen. We're going to the middle itself. So we have to do the DIY and add. Let's give it a light of 400 pixels. So we're already at the middle. So we have it here, and we have this on still function. So it's not a complete. For the all DIY, we give it a border. Was there a border? Yes, there was a border. Let's give it a border of 5 pixels. Make it solid. And make it nice. Let's give it a big one. Great. So we have this. I think we should reduce this one. Let's give it a now let's give it a border radius also. Make everything so border radius of let's give it 20 pixels. So I'm trying, let me add some space right here. I still need more space. But don't give it a margin. Now margin. At the margin top here, let me give it 100 pixels. At the left here, let me give it 50 pixels. At the bottom, we don't know where the margin is. At the left side, let me give it 50 pixels. So there we have it. So I think that's all. Let me just add some background color. Light green, let me give it light green. So guys, what do you think? What do you think? Yes, so this is the product. So here we are. All with the work of JavaScript, HTML, and CSS. Guys, thank you for watching that video, and please don't forget to support my YouTube channel by subscribing, liking, and tell me what you think about this video. Thank you.